Hey guys, and welcome back to another video and another day in the Legend League challenge. If you guys are new to this one, well, what we're doing right now is we're going to push the last couple of days of the season, which means we're pushing only for 7 days. That's it. We started 3 days or like 2 days ago at 4,954 trophies, and well, we're doing so far pretty good, I guess. And today I will show you day 3 of what we accomplished. You can see day 2 right in front of you. We had 302 trophies overall. If you want to check that out, make sure to check out the video of yesterday. And on defense, we did pretty good as well. The base is holding strong so far. We still have to tweak some more things because I never tested it at any place so far. So yeah, right now I'm trying like to do tests and error and things and whatever with the base. But so far we're doing pretty good. On defense today, so far we're at like 64 minus, which is okay for 3 defenses. Like as soon as you're having a base which is defending on average like around 20 trophies, it is a crazy good base. Everything around 25 per defense is a good base, and everything above is like you should try to change it, I think. But it's really hard right now to find good bases. So far I'm pretty good, pretty happy with the base. So let's jump into the first attack since we have like 8 attacks to go. I will show you guys a couple of the highlights and a couple of the not as highlights of this day. So let's get started with this base, and this is once again one of those teaser bases, and you know me by now. I love those bases. They're normally so easy to attack, and like even if you're failing, it's like at least 90% 2-star. So that's always a good thing. So what we're doing over here, we're starting off with our Queen Walk at the left side. Like I said, always start at the flank, especially when you have the town surrounded by so many point defenses, which there are right now. Like you have the ground exposed, the scatter shots and everything. So always make sure to actually have like the possibility to come from the flank, because then you're picking up the defenses one by one, which is way better thing to do. Now we're wall breaking in. Wall breakers are doing their thing, getting the wall open, and now we just have to make sure that the queen is actually getting everything she needs to get. What is that? Well, she needs to get the scatter shots, both if possible, and she needs to get out the town hall, because we do not want to start around the town hall with the hybrid. That's normally not a good thing, especially with all of the storages around the town hall. This most of the time means it's really tricky to activate that with the hybrid. This is why we're doing this with the queen charge, using her ability, now trying to go for the second scatter shot, and as soon as that's down, it's even better. But we cannot check out anymore the bottom of this base because we do not want to invest any of the freezes. We want to have the freezes for the back end of the base. Now we're using the siege barracks in combination with the king to funnel each other into the top side of this base. We want to take out the enemy eagle with this push, and now we're pushing into the core with our hybrid. So it's like at the bottom there was the queen, at the top there was the siege barracks and the enemy, or like our own king, and in between we have our hybrid. So far everything is looking perfect. The healers transition over to our hybrid troops, so this is looking really good for us. Now in the core, the troops are a little bit split because like the mines are at the bottom, the hawk riders are at the top, which isn't the best thing to do, but it should be alright. We still have our Royal Champ ability. We have to use her ability right now. So this means the town is getting taken out. All of our hybrid troops are at the right side at the base right now. And they can take out most of the things. We are freezing the expo just to have a chance. Maybe take it down with the last remaining couple of troops. They're not taking it out, but it shouldn't be a problem since we have so many freaking troops still left alive. With at the top, the Yeti still alive as well. So this shouldn't be any problem. We use the last freeze for the bottom of the base, like for the last 2 heroes, because as you guys know, heroes deal a ton of damage to your troops. So we're freezing those and everything is looking alright. So this should be actually our first triple of the day. This is a good start of the day, so let's hope that we can keep going with this one, keep going with the momentum, and let's hope that we can get a nice day in the Legend League to push our trophies even higher. Like I said, we have only 7 days to push, and this is already day 3, which means we nearly passed half of our challenge. So we're getting closer to that point, but still, we still have a long time to go, and we have still a lot of possibilities to either mess up or do really well. So let's see how the next attack goes and which kind of base this is going to be. So this is going to be the next base. and this is going to be one of another teaser bases. So let's see of like how exactly we're going to do this. This time on the flank of the town hall, there's going to be an Inferno Tower, which we cannot dodge. Like, we have to interact somehow with Inferno Tower to make sure that our queen is walking over there. Like, she has the possibility to do so. But this is what we have to do basically. So we have to take that out. Like, otherwise we cannot do the queen walk over there. That's kind of obvious. So starting off with a couple of Cocodoons, then the siege barracks. What am I talking about? I'm way too confused right now. With the blimp in behind, and now the Inferno Tower is getting taken out. Always make sure on those bases that you're not dropping your healers ASAP, because otherwise they will transition over to the Yetis. Always wait for your queen taking damage, otherwise you have a huge problem. And now queen is going into the town hall side. So in a couple of seconds, the enemy clan castle will be lured, which is looking perfect for us. So far, everything is looking really good. We have a lot of damage on our queen, but it shouldn't be any problem. Now we try to lure out any like ground skeletons around the town hall. No skeleton traps for now, which is okay. We have a Yeti in there in the clan castle. I don't know why this guy's using a Yeti in there, but he apparently is. And now we're starting off with our hybrid into the town hall. So far this is good. And if you guys paid attention to what I said the last time, like the last attack, was you should not start with the hybrid in the town hall. I don't know why I did it here, and I'm talking over this attack, so I know the result already, and I don't want to spoil anything, but normally you shouldn't do that. So let's see if this still triples. So let's see if we can keep going with this and why exactly it worked. But let's see. So troops are splitting like a lot. My queen is going for a wall, which is kind of useless because she were able to reach the clan castle from the outside. Now rage over there to make sure that the wall breakers are having access to the back end. We have tons of rages still left to place. And well, you can see my hybrid troops are dying out kind of quickly. So as you guys can see, this is going to be a fail. But now let's talk about why exactly I did what I did and what I should have done. So I normally always attack this base like I did, but at some point, since I upload all of my YouTube attacks, people figure out to copy my attacks, and base builders obviously figure out how to counter my attacks. So at this point, this base is kind of tricky with this entry I just did. What you should have done instead, and this is kind of like exposing another secret in that way, I guess, and I guess it's gonna be more and more popular once again at some point, but I guess that's what I have to deal with as a YouTuber. But what you should have done, or what I should have done instead, is let the queen walk the town hall, die maybe, but as long as she's getting the town hall, it's alright. And then start with the hybrid from the right side. Like the hybrid from the right side, like from the 4 o'clock corner right about. And then the king from the 3 o'clock corner, and let him walk upwards. That's what you should have done, or what I should have done instead. But I mean, this is still gonna be like a high percentage 2-star, so it's not too bad. And sometimes this is still tripling. But like I said, a lot of people are adapting to what I upload. And like I said, even though it sounds kind of cocky, but a lot of people are copying me. That's just a straight up fact. A lot of people are using hybrid, or who are using hybrid in Legend League, are copying my attacks. I was like back to back the highest player with Queen Charge Hybrid in Legend League, the 2 last seasons. So obviously people are copying me, and this is obviously base builders adapting as well. So this is how you should triple the old base a little bit easier. So let's get back to the next base. On this one, I'm always saying those tier bases are kind of easy, and you can see how popular they are right now. The secret behind beating them is always to see where you have to enter. So you guys might think now, okay, but where do we enter? Like, what is the secret in behind? The secret in behind is where to enter is either on the flank of the town hall or in front of the town hall, like I'm doing right now. And you can see it always based on where's the town hall, where's the point defenses, and where's the clan castle. On this one, the clan castle is really deep inside, which means we're facing the clan castle after we took out the town hall, which means it's not too much damage on my queen. There are 2 expos, yes, I have to keep raging my queen, yes, but as soon as we face those expos, there's not too much damage left anymore. You can see we so far used 2 rages, and we still have another rage to go, and even though we took only out like not even 20% of the base, but the rest of the base is kind of easy for my hybrid and everything to deal with. What we're doing right now is we're trying to make the base way smaller. So what we're doing with this, we're starting off with the slammer on the left side, with my king getting access to the core due to that, and now the hybrid troops in between as soon as the bomb tower is down. That's kind of the secret in behind. That's what I'm trying to do normally when I'm going into the town hall. You can sometimes use the siege barracks as well, but on this one it was like just the perfect placement for a slammer. And now just the hybrid is pushing through the core, and normally there's not too much things which can actually defend that, because you're using the warning ability for the core, which means even if there are heroes, you don't care. And then you have like tons of freezes still left, and it all comes down to your queen getting the town hall. So you have to make sure that you trigger the traps, approach like doing the best you can, triggering the traps, like I did with the test wall breakers. I tried to trigger a tornado trap, which could be in front of the town hall. Always do that. Like whenever you're facing those Caesar bases, and whenever you're doing that, you will have no problems anymore, and you will gain free trophies with ease. But for now, we tripled this base. I nearly swagged my Royal Champion because I don't know what exactly is going wrong, but today I was really like not really concentrated. I don't know why, but it happened. But yeah, we completely forgot to drop the Royal Champ. Maybe I dropped the Royal Champ and my iPad didn't notice it. I don't know what was going on. But either way, this is going to be an easy triple for us. And this means another 40 trophies going in our pocket. And this is looking really good for us for this season. Or like for this 7 days. So what we're doing next is obviously we're taking a look at the next base. And I hope I won't I don't know, I hope it's not getting boring to you when I'm talking about all of those Caesar bases, but I feel like they're so freaking popular right now that it's just important for you guys on how to, like, that you know how to beat them. At some point, maybe I will do a Yeti Smash guide on them as well, but next base, next Caesar base, it's crazy, guys. If you know when to go into the town hall, that's alright. So on this one, we have the scatter shot on the flank. So scatter shot is super scary for the Queen Walk because it's dealing tons of damage. It's really hard to warbreak around there, so that's why I'm going once again straight into the town hall. On the other side, we have like tons of single firm towers, so we do not want to deal with that. That's why we're going into the town hall. The idea behind it is doing this double layer warbreaker. First off, into the builder hut, and the second one into the warden. That's kind of the goal. But what I completely forgot, to be honest, is that as soon as the builder hut is gone, there's like the wall breakers won't target the compartment anymore. So that's why we had to save like one more wall breaker and use another rage to actually get into the town hall. Which means right now it's not looking too hot. Like we wasted a rage. Now we have no more wall breakers, so it's getting really tricky for us. The next thing from now on is you're trying to save this attack, because we have wasted one rage, which means we have like a really hard time to keep our queen alive. So we somehow need to support our queen. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to support the queen with my slammer, because what this does is I have a tank. I have somewhat of a tank for my queen using her ability, making sure that the scatter shot is switching his target. And with taking out the scatter shot, there's not too much damage anymore on my queen. The queen finally has time to breathe, and this means I can get started with my hybrid, kind of like once again in between of my king and my queen. The next thing what I'm doing is I'm freezing the single firm tower and the enemy queen. First thing, it's always nice to freeze an enemy hero. Second thing is I wanted to save my king to give him more possibilities to get like more value. So far the attack, like the beginning, looked completely horrible, and we tried to save this attack somehow with the slammer, and right now it's looking pretty decent. The only thing which has to go down is the enemy scatter shot, because we have only one more heal left. We cannot use it right now because the enemy bomb tower will completely wreck our hybrid troops in combination with the scatter shot. So we are kind of lucky that the bomb tower is getting taken out by our queen, and now it's all about that our royal champ is taking out most of the other defenses, which is kind of nice that they are not maxed, which means that my scatter shot is one hitting them. So we have one more heal spell left. The scatter shot is taken out, which is huge for us, and now this means this should be another triple for us on the board for today. So today we're looking pretty good. And well, a couple of our wizards with our hybrid troops are doing the job to make sure that we're getting another triple. So this was once again another teaser base, and the reason why we did not go in front of the flank was the second layer, scatter shot, and we didn't have any access to that. We needed to wall break in from the town hall side, and this means we had to go into the town hall. So next base, and once again a teaser base, but a different one. And to be honest, on this base I had no idea. I know that it's kind of popular one, but I had no idea on how to approach this base. Basically no idea. So what I did over here, and whenever I have like no idea on how to, like in my 30 seconds, I have no idea on how to approach a base, what I normally do, I start my queen at some point where she has like a long way to go, like a long way to walk, because what this does is it gives me time to think about the follow-up. So what I'm doing over here, I'm just starting my queen at the right side, and as you can see, or like what I hope for, is that my queen is follow this long path around the town hall basically, and with the sweeper being up, my healer should never ever get into the multi-inferno tower range. That was the idea, using the rage kind of early on, and at this point I said no idea what to do. I said no idea what to follow up with my hybrid, and there's always the moment where you have no idea how to attack a base, because you have not too long time to plan, right? Like there's not like tons of time to plan an attack. So sometimes there are bases where you just, even if you might know them, there are sometimes bases where you just straight up don't know what to do. And it's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. That's how it works in Legend League. If someone is saying that he actually always know what to do in the first couple of seconds of an attack, I think either he's just a genius or he's just straight up a liar. So now let's talk about how to save those attacks, or how to make those attacks in a good one. What I did over here, I just kept my queen going and I waited for her to decide where to go. On this one it was kind of tricky because she's going like kind of strange. So what I was thinking at this point, okay, we have the blimp for the tunnel, so that shouldn't be any problem. So what I'm doing now instead, I'm just trying to support my queen, because I think she's going for the top side. Like she will break through the wall to the town hall. That's what I was thinking right now. So I will try to support her. I will try to make sure that my Hawk Riders and mine is not tanking for her, so I do not need to invest any more spells. But what she's doing instead, she's going around, she's going to activate the town hall, which means all of my hybrid troops are taking way more damage, my healers are dying and everything. So it's kind of tricky, and at this point I'm like, okay, we have to somehow save this attack for a second star. I'm still waiting for the last heal spell to place. I'm dropping my blimp any second, just with the goal to actually get the town hall and maybe get even more. But let's see. Now the last heal spell is placed. Now the blimp, and the reason why I waited that long with the blimp is I want to have everything collapsing at the town hall at the same time. There's so much splash damage around the town hall with like all of the inferno towers, with the scatter shots and everything, that I had to basically make sure that everything is getting there at the same time to have like as big of a tanking for everything as possible, like as best of a tanking. So, but you can see it in the end as well. It's not gonna be enough. There are so freaking many traps on that side still. So it's kind of like a tough time to get through that. But even on the base where I had no clue from the beginning on, we were able to get like above 90%. And that's the goal in Legend League. Like that's the crazy good rule which you have to follow. So let's see on how the league day went. First off, let's check where we finished on the local leaderboard. Maybe we even get later on this season into the global leaderboard, but for now we take a look at the local one, and we right now are on 163. Let's see if we will finish around that area, but we still have a lot of defenses to go. And as you guys might see at the bottom, I had a freaking disconnect. That was pissing me off so much, because without those disconnects, if I would have like the same amount of trophies which I had like over the entire day at like the lowest amount, which was like 29, we would have had around 270 trophies, which would have been a decent day. Like not the best, but 270 trophies is pretty good. So that was like pissing me off so bad in the last two attacks, and I don't know, I think I was just like, this was a breaking point, because before that I was doing pretty good, but then I was like, after the disconnect I was just super pissed. So that's unfortunate, but that's what you have to deal with, I guess. And well, either way, I'm excited for the rest of the day, and obviously for the last 4 days. Like right now, we are at the middle of the day of day 3. We are already in the top 200 in Germany at least. So let's see what we can accomplish in the last 4 days of the challenge. I hope you guys liked today's video. I will see you guys back tomorrow for another series of this one. And well, if you guys have any other ideas for new formats, let me guys know down below in the comments. I will see you guys back tomorrow. See you guys until then, and bye bye.